What is going on, my YouTube friends? Guys, I'm going to tell you something, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. You know, I had to go buy this little bushing. See this little bushing right here? 12 bucks. $12 for this little bushing. And if I would order it any place like LMR or whatever, it'd have been like $15. So it was like $11.63 or whatever for this from National Parts Depot. But anyhow, this is for the TV cable for the transmission. So it's called a pressure cable is what it is. So it's kind of like a kickdown, you know? So I got to put this in over there, then I got to plug this cable into this. But I had a whole bunch of stuff going on, and I didn't videotape it, and I apologize. But I had to get the motor mounts up. I had to get the motor mounts to sit down right, because I tried to put the cold air kit on it, and it went on, but it was touching the fender well, inner fender well, you know, the shock tower. So I had to take it all back off, and I'm like, what is going on here, you know? So I crawled underneath there, and I looked. The motor mount on the driver's side was still standing up on that little nub. It's got a little nub actually it's about as big as this bushing. And so I had to undo the motor mount, pick the motor up, get everything to settle down, set down in there, and I had to set down. So I wanted to put this bushing in there before I put the, let's call it the kickdown cable. It's a TV cable is what they call it, trans valve cable. So anyhow, I'm gonna put this in and see that. And plus I bought a new fan, a brand new fan for this thing. You know, it's like 95 bucks or $91, depending on where you go. Guy had a brand new one sitting on the internet. So I just went over his house and bought it, man. Oh yeah, and I wore a mask and my gloves too. So safety, safety, safety. So I got this new fan. So I got things coming together. I just wish I could find these dang on seat belts. But we're gonna get them. We're gonna get them. Oh yeah, buddy. Let me turn this around and show you what I got going on. Kind of, you know, rusty looking and just, you know, beat up. And look at it, brand new. The guy let me have it for 40 bucks. And if I was to go buy it, you know, I'm looking at, you know, $90 to $95. And then plus, you know, depends on if it's free shipping or not. So, but I'm glad I got a hold of that. Oh yeah, buddy. And let's walk around over here. Excuse the mess, you know, mess. So yeah, I was, you know, gonna put the cold air kit on it and get all this thing hooked up. But I had it on there, kind of like a test fit, and it was hitting the shock tower. So I had to take it back off, you know, so I could figure things out. So that's it. And I got the new underdrive pulleys and stuff like that. There's a different kind of alternator I need to put on here because the underdrive pulley for the alternator kind of makes it so it don't charge like it should. So it's a different amp alternator I need to get. So I'll end up getting that too, probably. But I'll use the one on there until I get that alternator, you know. So we got things going on. So, yeah. This right here, if you look on the bottom right there, in this very bottom, well, that's where this bushing goes. So I got to put that bushing up in there, you know. So hopefully I can get it up in there without dropping it, because I don't want to lose another, you know. So I'll do that when I don't have the camera in my hand. But yeah, so this is where this bushing's got to go, right here. You see? So let me just set that up here. And if you see this cable right there, let's walk over there to it. This is the pressure cable. This is the kickdown. So you got to have this hooked up or you'll burn your trans up. So this has got to be hooked up. So hopefully it's already set. But, one-handed here. But this right here is what goes through that bushing. Yeah, right there. So once I get all that on there, and I still got to buckle it to the transmission though, somewhere to the transmission. Right, if you see right down there by my finger, that's for the transmission there. So I want to get all that hooked up and everything before I put the cold air intake on there. And then I'm just going to go put everything back on and put it back together. You know, that way with the cable on there and everything, and, you know, I can at least drop the car, pull it out of the garage, and maybe work on it outside or whatever, you know. But I'm still looking for the seat belts. I did ask a couple of the guys that's on YouTube that do a lot of Mustang stuff, If they had them, they haven't answered me back yet. I've had a couple answers back, but I'm still looking for those seat belts. Once I get those, man, I'll start putting that interior together. And I'm sure I'm going to run into things that I'm going to need. So that's why I haven't put the dash in it yet and stuff like that. So all the other stuff that I got for it, the sail panels and everything, is all over there in that little garage with the Fairmont. So I just wanted to give you a little update what's going on, what I got going. Yeah, that's an old battery, but it'll hold a charge. So I'm kind of happy with it. You know, so once we get that cable, get that bushing, get everything tightened up. The motor mounts is now sitting right like they're supposed to sit. So I got all that done, and that I'm sure that will give me my clearance I need. Because like I said, I could put it on, but it was hitting the shock tower here. So this is the problem that we got. So yeah, buddy, we're getting places. And like I says, it's a different amperage alternator they want you to put on there because it won't charge like it should because of the underdrive pulleys. So this pulley right here, I'm gonna leave on this alternator until I get the right alternator. Then I'll put the underdrive pulley on the other alternator. So yeah, things are looking good. So yeah, it's kind of dirty, but you know, it is what it is. The car's gonna come back apart. I just want to make the car drivable and play with it this summer. And once this virus stuff gets over with, you know, and this and that. So all kinds of fun stuff. Oh yeah. So I called the city of Romulus. I called the police department. And they said, as long as you're in Romulus, we don't pull people over for not being at home. Just don't be doing anything stupid. I'm like, cool. So that's what I'm going to do. So, all right, my friends. I just kind of want to give you an update what's going on. New fan. I got that bushing. Get that all, take that cable right there all taken care of. And, you know, all the good stuff. And boy, I'm going to tell you something. When I tighten that cable to the transmission, it's going to be a pain in the ass with my big old fat paws. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, baby. All right, guys. You know, let me turn this around. All right. I'm sure you'd rather look at the car than me, but hey, you got me for now. So, hey, man, I hope everybody's staying safe. Hope nobody's getting sick. I know there's a few people that's passed away. Their grandparents has passed away and stuff like that, and their family members. I'm keeping you guys in my prayers. I'm keeping all you guys in my prayers that we get over this and we can get back outside and play with our toys and go fishing and garden and do all the things that we love to do. You know what I'm saying? I love to work on cars. I want to take my bike out. Like I said, I called the police. We'll get them out. Let them, they told me, as long as you're by yourself and you're not, you know, messing around, you shouldn't have any problem, you know. And we're not handing out tickets for that, so cool, you know. Just don't get the motorboat out, whatever that means. But anyhow, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, man. I'm keeping you all in my prayers. And stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? Wear your mask, your gloves, or whatever you think you need to do to stay safe. I'm staying home most of the time. So I went and picked up the little bushing. I went to National Parts Depot to pick it up. I had to wait for them to come out the building, set the part on a little bench they had sitting outside, and wait for them to go back into the store before I could get out of my truck, walk over, get the part, get back in my truck and leave. So I couldn't just get out and walk in the store because they're not allowing anybody in the store. They tell you at first, we would rather ship it to you. I'm like, I'm right down the street. It's gonna cost you more money to ship it than it will for me to just come pick it up. He goes, well, I'll set it on the shelf outside and you can come pick it up. Just call us when you're there and I'll bring it out. So that's what I did. So hey, whatever works for them, works for me. Hey, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you again soon. And thanks for watching, man. And thanks for all the new subs. And thanks for all you old subscribers.